Now, is the killing of journalists the same as hiding the truth? If yes, then let's see what has been happening to journalists in the ongoing Israel-Hamas war. With no allowance for journalists from outside and slashed New York, the local press and members continue to struggle to tell stories of the war. Now this, as Israel-Gaza war nears 3 months, much of Gaza is reduced to rubble. There are contesting claims over facts on the ground. Israel isn't allowing access to journalists, and it is up to the local journalists in Gaza who continue to report. But the conditions under which they are reporting are dangerous. The International Committee to Protect Journalists said that at least 77 journalists have been killed in the Strip since the start of the war. Half of these deaths were reported in the first month of the war alone, making it the deadliest single month for journalists. Journalists in Jabalia continue to chase stories while facing constant bombardment and displacement. Now, most journalists who have chosen to work in the face of the war have been separated with minimum contact.
With the beginning of this aggression, most of the bureaus and the buildings that contain journalists' office were struck, so we had to do field work from outside the hospitals, as they are the points of the arrival of casualties.
The Committee to Protect Journalists has also said that this is, and I am quoting here, a pattern of targeting journalists by the Israeli forces. The committee also said that journalists who were wearing the press insignia were also killed, that too in areas with no active fighting. Also compounding the problem is the blackout. Phone lines and internet works only in a few places in Gaza.
Sometimes Israeli vehicles fired on us, and even Israeli drones shot at some journalists while they were in dangerous places. But the journalist was determined to communicate via the internet with the outside world to show the pictures and to unveil the crimes of the occupation during the Israeli war in Gaza, and specifically in the north.
Under the international humanitarian law, the intentional targeting of journalists is a war crime. But in the first week of the war, the Israeli forces warned the Gaza new conglomerates that they won't be able to guarantee the safety of their journalists.
Alternatives to Palestinian communication networks were found through eSIMs that work on the internet, as well as the Israeli SIM card. But we faced another problem with those SIM cards, as there they don't cover the whole of northern Gaza. Therefore, we had to go to certain areas that are considered dangerous to get reception.